Hello everyone, welcome to BC Auto Tune. Today we're working on 2006 BMW 550i as a 5 series, and it has a transmission problem. So the transmission was replaced, and though the replacement or the donor transmission was hooked up or was installed, there was no communication. So we tried to see if we could also read it with the OBD star, just in case I can be able to retrieve the information from the old valve body, put it into this donor transmission with this TCM. So we go ahead and select the transmission type, and when we're hooking using the MP001, and also we did the connections right from under the vehicle here. So when we run the OBD star, it couldn't communicate with the TCM, so meaning the TCM could be faulty, and as you can see here, it's trying to communicate, but unfortunately it says we couldn't establish any communication. This is the old valve body that was in the previous transmission, and when we hook everything up and read it, and we hit on connect, is able to establish communication, and we could also see it is able to read, it's reading the data, or let's say if you go to read the data, it should be able to read. So since this is a working transmission transmission valve body, what I recommend is that the shop has to swap, and then we'll then program it from there. So once the swapping was done, we are in the vehicle and about to start the programming on this vehicle. And in order to do that, since we already have our maintainer hooked up, we have to make sure all the fan, radio are all turned off to avoid any voltage drop which could affect the outcome of the programming. So we connect the VCI, then try to read the vehicle information. There's a VIN number, but instead of using the Bluetooth, let's connect it with the direct cable. Okay, now we can read it with auto read or auto scan. It's not reading. Okay, alright, there we go. We confirm. Yes, that's the information for the vehicle. Hit on OK. But before we do anything, let's scan for any codes or DTCs that are on the vehicle. So the scan is complete, and previously when the other transmission was put, the CAS error or DTC was present, but since the swapping was done, it now says it's absent. Okay, so let's exit this, then go into email programming just to check some few stuff. When we come into the email, we go into smart selection just to see the models that are on it. Let's go into EGS. To see if we could, if we can renew the ECU from there. So we go to the reset, to the read. For this vehicle model, it doesn't give the ISN for the EGS. Okay, and that is the information for the EGS. And when we try to read the EWS, it fails to give us any status. Alright, let's exit and go back to see if we can do the programming. Okay, so just to confirm the ISN cannot be read on the transmission, we go into the car system and we try to look up for the ISNs. At least with the DME, it has read, or it's reading it, and it has given us the ISN. And when we go to the EGS, nothing is coming up. Then for the cars related ISN, okay, at least it has read, or it's reading, and we are able to get the ISN from the read. Okay, so that means on this vehicle model we cannot get the EGS ISN, so we can escape now and exit. So we head back to the diagnostics. So once we've verified the vehicle information, we hit on OK. And that should take us to the next page. Which is to pull all the units information. So on here we go to programming, make sure our maintainer is from 13 volt but less than 14 if possible. Hit on OK, and this is our first time doing that, so we go for new entry, hit on OK, and this the information that it has populated so far. We hit on OK, and the next thing is to bring all the models that can be programmed on the vehicle. Okay, so it has loaded, and so far the control unit we're using the existing one, so we click on no, then that brings us to this page. So we go with the programming and coding, since we want to, and this will be selective update, and our target is the EGS, but since this is a swap onto a donor transmission, let's go ahead and also do the cars. Let's see what are our options. It's safer to just program everything, so those things that are programmed will also include the DME, and hit on OK. So we can see the models are still the same numbers, but just for the replacement we'll just go ahead with it and click on the execute, click on OK, and we click on OK. So at least with internet connection, it downloads the file from the server, and the download should be true. Okay, and we're good. So now click on OK to proceed with the programming. And it says we should turn the vehicle off. It's off now, back on, and then click on OK. Okay, so this process we're just going to speed it up, because that could take a long time to get it all done. So as is programming, it usually does some things to the vehicle, so that is why I'm moving back and forth with the camera. Okay, now that two are completed, it's saying that we should turn the vehicle off. And everything is off now. Then click on OK. So this thing is now doing the programming offline. Okay. So this is almost true now. Okay, so it wants us to turn the vehicle back on. Then click on OK. So once it establishes communication with the models, it now proceeds with the coding. So it starts with the car system first, then it calls the DME, and it's now coding the EGS. So we are almost through, if possible. And unless it's telling us to turn it off, then wants us to turn it back on. Okay, so it's now updating the vehicle order and everything is now complete, and it's clearing the fault codes that are in the system. Okay, so now it wants us to turn the vehicle back off, and we've done that. We should wait for 10, 6, 5, 4, and this is done. Turn it back on. So it just wants us to cycle it back and forth, and now everything is complete. So everything is successful here, and we can click on end session. Well, I appreciate your time taken to watch this video, and I hope this is helpful to you too. Have a wonderful day.